Hey, man.
Hey,
You ever walk down the street and you feel like somebody's watching you?
all the time.
Sometimes you feel like it's the actual street watching you?
No, not really.
No?
But we'll probably talk about it.
Yeah.
In episode 9? 8?
I think it's
I have no idea.
I think it's 8. I think we're on episode 8.
It's in the title, people. You read it. We don't really know anymore.
I'll research it when I edit.
Hey, listen.
So this is the mid-series
Street Patrol.
Street Patrol.
That's the character I was telling you about.
Danny the
Couple
Street.
episodes back. I'm glad they brought him in. He's a really cool character.
It was an interesting one. Again, so we start off with them getting split up. 2 to this one, 2 to that one.
Yeah, for a team, they don't stay
They
teamed
don't
up
stay,
very well, do they?
teamed up very well
They
together.
do that whole Scooby-Doo thing. Shaggy and Scooby are going to go over here.
Yeah, and it's every episode. It's getting a little predictable because it's like it's getting to the point where like, okay, we know these 2 people are going to go over here, and then these other 3 people or these other 2 people are going to go there, and Cyborg is just going to hang out. And so this one they go to a town that's Danny the Street. And then Crazy Jane goes into Clueless mode, which is the same song that was in Clueless. That's right, I know that because I was sitting like, oh my god, that's the same
1950s homemaker looking with the bobbed hair and everything.
Yeah, and blonde. That freaked me out. I was like, ooh, she's blonde. That's weird, man. Yeah, she doesn't look good as a blonde.
No less psycho though.
She's still out of it.
This character is just as bad.
Yeah, she's doing that whole hypnotizing love thing.
Yeah, I was wondering what her powers were, and then she did that little. She looked at him, eyes flash.
Yeah, eyes really blue, and then all of a sudden everybody falls in love with her. Even Rita fell for it. So she used it on Rita, but she tried to use it on Robot Man. That wasn't happening.
These are real eyes.
Yeah, it's just her brain, people.
What are you doing? I love the scene with him with the little kid that came.
Oh yeah, he's
think you could do better.
The kid was doing the robot
28 times. Kid.
So yeah, this one was a weird one, but not really weird. It was again, it has nothing to do with the main storyline. Besides,
somebody else is looking for Chief's help.
Yeah, because
everybody needs Chief's help. This dude must just be.
Yeah, he's like the end all be all of helping. Because
he must have favors everywhere.
Yeah, it's one of those things like it's getting a little predictable, and I wish they would stay with at least the storyline a little bit. But like last couple episodes, I guess the whole storyline with Mr. Nobody. Kidnapping Chief and them trying to get back, and that I think that was the main storyline of the season, but I don't think it is. I think they're losing their way.
They've strayed away from that.
Yeah, I don't even think they're trying anymore.
I wonder if they're just doing that as a way to introduce all these new characters.
Yeah.
In the first season, and then maybe the second season, all these guys are going to come into play to save Chief because Mr. Nobody is a formidable dude.
Yeah, I mean, even Danny the Street was afraid of him. Yeah. He's all like, I can't help you.
Mr. Nobody?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't help you.
And Mr. Street is like, he's literally a street in a town.
He can infiltrate any town.
Yeah.
And the streets make way for him. He just kind of blends in as a street.
Yeah. So Danny the Street is what was it? Non-binary, genderqueer street.
Yes.
So it's a safe haven for people that don't fit in.
Pretty much, he's like the island of misfit toys.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were going to say Island of Dr. Maru. I was like, what? Yeah.
Well, there's that too. But it's everybody who's kind of outcasts from society. So finds refuge.
You know what's when they go into the town, the guy, the agent of. What was it again?
Was it Nowhere?
The Bureau of Normality?
That's right, Bureau of Normalcy.
Yeah, Normalcy. So there's a Bureau of Normalcy, and you'll see actually a backstory for Negative Man on how...
He's got a little... It explained that a couple episodes ago, the dude that had the syringe fingers.
The syringe fingers, yeah. So that makes a little bit more sense. So yeah, you're getting a lot of backstories on these characters. And so this bureau is trying to get... Well, okay, so this agent goes to the street, and you know what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen that movie Big Fish?
Yeah.
So where he goes into that town, he goes through like crazy amounts of the thing, and then in this town, it's like this perfect town, right? Everybody's happy, joking, and so on and so forth. And that, as soon as they went to that town, it reminded me of that because everybody was fine. And Danny the Street can transmorphic. He can take his consciousness with the whole town. And
he can teleport. Yeah, he can just
teleport.
Boom, teleport.
Yeah. So you have this agent. This agent doesn't feel comfortable in his own skin either, and he's a drag queen.
Yeah, you find out wow.
Yeah.
He's
and he feels he's safe in this town, which is Danny the Street.
Yeah, basically the citizens of Danny Street are just, they do all they can to help keep him
It's
happy.
like he's Tinkerbell.
Yeah, because when he's happy,
You have to believe.
they have a refuge.
Exactly. And if not, then the town kind of goes...
It's kind of symbiotic. They kind of live on him like a parasite.
Yeah.
That he allows it if they keep him happy.
Yeah, so it was a very interesting episode with Danny the Street, and it was an interesting one. And Mr. or Negative Man kind of got his... And there's a big end fight. You kind of have to watch it. Like I said, it's spoiler-ishy. But there's an end fight, and the guy who runs the normalcy thing is, he's getting his butt whooped by a big drag queen, which is...
Yeah. I mean, if you can't forget, these drag queens, they're still dudes.
Yeah.
And they're usually in a lot better shape.
Yeah, exactly. They're in a lot better shape, too.
Than us snobs here,
Yeah.
Because they got to fit in those tight dresses. Yeah. You can't do that being overweight. Yeah. Not that I've tried. But
let's try to squeeze in there and get some margarine.
but yeah, he was getting whooped.
Yeah, he was getting whooped, and then Negative Man kind of gave his own. He's like, I'm not afraid to run anymore. And you tell him I'm the one who did this.
He kind of got his purpose.
Yep.
He was kind of floating there. He was all feeling sorry for himself, and then I guess seeing that dude from the normalcy group kind of just snapped him.
Yep. And we're also going to talk about what did Cyborg do this episode. Exactly. He didn't do nothing.
Did he hack into... No.
Nope. He didn't do anything. He went to the town and he hung out. He went to the drag show.
He got hit on.
Yeah. But that
was about it.
That's it. He didn't. There was nothing that he did. There was a nice musical in there with Negative Man.
Oh yeah, where the dude can sing.
Yeah.
Matt Bomer, actually, they almost picked him to be Superman before they got Henry Cavill.
No, that's interesting.
So maybe we could have almost had Henry Cavill as Negative Man. In the alternate world.
Yeah.
If Henry Cavill ever went to Danny Street.
So Cyborg again didn't do anything.
Did he even fire his arm cannon? I don't.
No, like I said, he went to that guy. I'm telling you,
he was just kind of there.
He was literally just there.
He's like a fifth wheel. He's that friend that doesn't have the girlfriend that always goes out when you go out.
Yep.
And you're like, yeah.
And he didn't even fight.
Can we take Victor?
He didn't even fight the dude at the end either.
Yeah, you're right, because the drag queen dude stepped in.
So it's just like
kung fu on him.
I'm betting the farm on that he was an afterthought.
I'm still going with he's the Jar Jar Binks of Doom Patrol.
Yeah, but see, Jar Jar Binks at least continue on. He had a purpose of the story with the Gungans and stuff like that.
He was a lost Sith. That's another video.
That's another video. That's a whole another off canon right there.
Maybe we'll do that one sometime.
Oh boy, but so Cyborg, he just kind of hung out. He didn't know.
I'm trying to think what he has contributed so far besides trying to be a team leader, which they didn't really need. Even when they had the team meeting, it wasn't until Cliff kind of lost his mind they all got down and had therapy. So it's pointless, but so that's Danny the Street, and then at the end, he didn't he go somewhere? Yeah, like I said, he can teleport.
Yeah, he can teleport. But he's on the run.
As long as they don't, the normalcy guys don't get on him before he teleports, he's good.
And because I guess did he teleport? Because what happened to the bad guys? The guys that were with the main.
I thought they kicked them out.
That or he teleported and they left work because they were on the street.
Yeah.
You can pause.
don't know. I don't remember now.
Yeah.
But I know he teleported. He was gone.
Yeah. So it's an interesting episode. You really got to watch it. But again, I think that if they're going to continue on with the separation of the two and Cyborg not doing anything, this is going to get really boring for me.
Or it seems like it's the Chief's friend of the week. Somebody, I'm here to see the Chief. He's gone?
Yeah, because every episode...
Well, help me with this problem and forget about him.
Yeah, exactly. Kill these 10 rats and come back so I can give you a better quest. And it's only 8 episodes in or 9 episodes in, and it's already kind of, now it's routine on what they're going to be doing. Hopefully... the story needs to progress a little bit.
Are they paying Alan Tudyk and Dalton for these episodes that they're not even in?
That'd be funny if they couldn't. If it's like, okay, we have 15 episodes, but we can only pay you for 7.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they just couldn't afford both of them.
It's one every other one.
We can only afford you guys for half the season. So here's what we're going to
do. Exactly. So that's going to be an interesting one.
All right, Alan, you read these 3 lines. You're good this week.
You're good this week. That was $150,000. But yeah, I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, Negative Man is Mr. Nobody's so awesome," but what has he really done? He messed with their minds. He engulfed a city, which got de-engulfed, and
he shoved the city up the donkey's rear.
Wrecked him, yeah. But I mean, if he's such a gnarly villain, I wish he would. And like I said, DC has an issue with their villains, man. Yeah. And this one would be a really cool one if they actually get him to do something.
He's really powerful, but I think he's kind of warped too, and he's got a sick sense of humor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you can see with all the fourth wall breaking,
because he's got a real hard-on for the Chief, and I mean, there's a reason why Chief kind of has a history with him.
So yeah, it's I mean, this episode is an interesting one if you want to see a couple new characters.
More weirdness.
This is the first time we get to see the railroad with Jane's thing.
And Jane's mind. What they call a hellscape?
Yeah.
I think they actually named it.
So it's actually a subway.
Where she gets drugged down.
Yeah, and she actually got drugged down because she was, Hammerhead had to come out and,
Yeah, they're wrestling for who has control of the.
And then they're asking, "Where's Jane? Jane's not, available right now." Hammerhead is the one who's taking it, and I forget what the lady's name, the blonde, but
Helen or
something like
some
that.
innocuous name.
And it's like, it was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh boy!" Apparently, she's really into rom-coms, and her whole life is a rom-com. So that one was an interesting one because the thing is, it was Jane, Rita, and then Cyborg, and the thing is, they're separating these guys, and I think if Robot Man, it was Rita, Robot Man, and Jane, and Robot Man really didn't do anything. He sat out on the stoop and danced with this kid, and at the end, they didn't do anything. He just says, "I'm not gonna let you marry her."
Yeah, I think that's right, because he just grabbed her and
she tried to do that crazy glamour on him, and it didn't work.
Ooh, glamour! You went vampire.
I went Sabrina.
Ooh, yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, soon. That's another episode. I'm like a third of the way into it. I keep on falling asleep.
Yeah, me too.
I think what should have happened is that Negative Man and Cyborg. I keep on saying Cyborg. Negative Man and Robot Man should have went to Danny the Street. Rita and Jane should have done their own thing, and Cyborg should have went away.
Cyborg should have went home, Star Labs.
Yeah, it's just, I think that's the way they should. They probably would have wrote it if Cyborg wasn't in there, because there's really no reason to have Cyborg in there.
I'm hoping we see an episode where we go deeper into Jane's hellscape mind.
Well, like I said,
because every stop it goes deeper into her hellscape, and it's the farther down you are, the harder it is to rise into the main part of the book, the main ego. I failed psychology, so.
Yeah, so I think the cool thing is that we did get to see the subway. So, and we did get to see she was getting dragged through this subway. So, it's an interesting one. Again, I wish the story of getting Cliff back would progress a little bit, or even.
Chief?
Sorry, God, I'm getting.
We got Cliff back last week. Yeah. Admiral Whiskers had him for a while.
Maybe
Admiral Whiskers is on Danny Street.
Yeah. But yeah, even Robot Man was like, "How do you feel having a rat in your brain?" Yeah. So yeah, interesting episode. I'm just waiting for next week. Hopefully something else will come up, because if this is going to be the same thing about two of them go here, two of them go there, Cyborg doesn't do anything, and it doesn't progress, I might not see.
There's another Chiefs friend.
Yeah, it's like
there's another Chiefs friend.
They could have spanned that out in a couple seasons, and they could have actually got more into what Chief and Mr. Nobody is, and maybe a little backstory. But I mean, it's 15-hour episodes, so I know they have to just fill a lot of space, but they could have probably
through now.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done this in 10 episodes if they would have just got rid of all the filler.
Yeah, I think that's Netflix found that out because their first couple, they had 12 to 14 episodes, and a lot of them were just dragging on and kind of filler, and then they started shortening them to like 10 episodes, and they went a lot better, a lot more editing. It was just so much better. So I'm thinking,
and it progressed the story a bit more, and I think that's hopefully DC is going to continue on with the story. If not, then I probably won't be a fan of season 2.
Where is the Chief?
Where is the Chief? It's season 9.
We need closure.
There's like 2,000 of the Chief's friends.
Like, I just hope it's not like Lost, and all of a sudden they just give you this really crappy ending.
You want to hear something crazy about it? I never seen the last season of Lost because everybody said it sucked, and I liked the last. I think it was like season 5 or something like that of Lost, and I was like, okay, good, I'm good with it. I'm not gonna watch it. And everybody's like, good, don't watch the end.
Last season you could just completely trash it.
Yeah.
And
I'm good.
The first ones were phenomenal. And everybody's trying to guess, what's the numbers mean? Yeah. What's the symbols on the shark mean? What's the symbols? What's the hatch? What's it? And then they're like, it was this. And you're like, it's kind of like the whole Who Shot JR thing.
It was all a boy's dream.
He was dreaming?
Yeah. Well, we got off topic, but
anyway, yeah. Bring us the Chief.
Bring us something besides another friend of a Chief. I mean, yes, I understand that this series is going to be weird, and there's going to be a lot of weird characters, but if, like I said, these are supposed to be backstories on this, but a main story should still continue on. If they're not, then this might get a little bit boring, and I probably won't watch season 2. But if they continue on, this is the mid-season. If they continue on, we'll see how it goes.
Well, I'm hoping, because Mr. Nobody's such a badass, that they're just amassing all these friends to go and attack him full force, because otherwise they'll probably get their butt handed to them easily. I'm hoping.
Well, we'll see.
That's my wish.
But that's just our opinion. What do you guys think? Comment down below on what do you think about this episode. Go and watch it, see what you think about it. And if you've been waiting this entire time for that free week or whatever, free month, this would probably be a good time to see if it'd be worth it for you to watch the first 8 episodes.
Yeah, it's well worth it for me, just for all the other stuff.
And since I get it for free anyway.
Is it worth 0?
I'll keep on watching it. But like I said, while you're down there and commenting, why don't you hit that subscribe button? That's a pretty cool one. We're trying to hit 10 million by the end of the year.
Yeah, we're almost there. Only 9,999,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're close.
Yeah. And while you're down there, hit that
bell icon so that you're notified every time we put up a new video.
And I think we'll see you guys next week for episode 9 or 10. I don't know what episode we're on.
I think it's 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And I'll superimpose this down here because I don't remember the phone number off the top of my head. But we have a Google Voice number now.
Oh.
So if you guys want to call and leave your voice thoughts on what we're saying, if they're good, we'll include them in the video. If they're not, I'll probably just laugh and delete it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that number will be right here.
It's probably it's somewhere in this one.
It's somewhere between here and here, but not below here. Yeah,
just click on his face. That should be fine.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next episode.
Later, nerds.
Bye.
Get nerdy with me. Tell me what game that you get on. Is it card or read? What kind of class do you play, girl? In an RPG.